So, SmackDown just went off the air, and what an episode it was. But before I get into my thoughts on this episode of SmackDown, I want to address the whole NXT thing. Oh, Eric Bischoff, lowest NXT rating in months. Da, 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 da. It's not the. One post I read said it was the lowest NXT rating all year. No, it wasn't. Back on 10/29, they did 588,000. Um, and then, yeah, you do have to go a little bit further back. Spring Break In 2 did 564,000 back in April. Um, so yeah, they did um they did do a hell of a rating, all things considered, last night, or Tuesday night rather. They still beat AEW. So there you go. I take that for what it's worth. Is it a good rating by any means? No, seeing as how they did 702,000 back on 10/22, and they did 672,000 on December the 19th. So they're not. It's not a good rating, but it ain't the end of the world either. And like I said, they still beat AEW. So that makes what, 3 weeks in a row now that they've beaten AEW? And AEW's coming off of a pay per view. What does that say? So, um, or no, they're not. Are they coming off pay per view? No, no, they're not. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, they were coming off of a pay per view. So, even still, the snowman's getting his ass whooped by the developmental of his competition. When you say it like that, do you now see how his booking is just fucking things up? Man. Anyway, SmackDown. Let's get into this show. This show is freaking awesome. I enjoyed this show a whole lot. Um, we got we take a look at what happened with Survivor Series, and then Michael Cole. We actually see the injuries: the broken foot, the broken bicep, the broken toe. Bronson Reed, Jimmy Uso, who just came back, and Tonga Loa, all gone indefinitely. The Street Profits and B-Fab are walking in the back. Motor Machine Guns walking in the back. They got a tag team title match tonight. Or do they? Solo Sikoa bumps into a poor Apollo Crews. Poor Uaa Nation. Coming through security. Cruz is like, what, you got something to say to me? And then the bloodline, you know, Tama Tonga, the great Jacob Fatu, and Solo. I got to tell you right now, this is the strongest Solo Sikoa has looked in months. They beat him up. They beat the security guards up, leave them laying. Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring, cuts a hell of a promo, says next week is the return of Saturday night's main event, and he cuts a promo on Kevin Owens, and the American-made music hits. And Chad Gable comes out, cuts a heel promo. He turns heel on his hometown of Indianapolis. And those two get into it, and they set up a match for later on in the evening. Hell of a promo by these two. Chad Gable is freaking amazing, okay? And anybody who says any mid-carder, he is awesome. I love how Chad goes, if I didn't have this suit on, I'd kick your ass. Like, that's never stopped him before from jumping people. And then Michael Cole says that all three show leaders are trying to shift people between rosters because they do mention a trade deadline or a trade window. And I told you guys, now I was a little bit wrong about this because I did say that they were going to swap LA Knight for CM Punk. But they are making some trades. We are going to have a miniature quote unquote trade deadline, you know, so to speak, or a miniature draft, if you will, call this. But I did say some trades were coming. Um, Bianca's in the back talking to Naomi, and Naomi tells Bianca, "Oh, you got this, you got this." And then Chelsea Green and Piper Niven show up. A lot of trash talking. Um, Bianca punches Green. Piper kicks Bianca um, in the injured ribs. Bianca Belair sold these injured ribs like oh man, such a good job by Bianca Belair and by Piper Niven. We'll get into this here. Um, and then we get to Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Elektra Lopez in a U.S. title tournament first round match. Very good here. Candice LeRae showing up, and Naomi pushes her off the apron. Lopez does a split-legged moonsault, but Naomi escapes. Tiffany with a slingshot, hesitation senton, hits the PME for the 3 count. Tiffany advances to face Michin in the semi-finals of the U.S. title tournament. So it's nice to see Tiffany Stratton getting a win. Somebody got a win in their hometown in WWE. They've been doing that a lot. They're getting a lot better at that lately. And then we see that the old classic. Wait, there's something happening in the back. And we go to Byron Saxton, and the Street Profits have been taken out, and they need medical attention. And Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin stop Nick, and he advises them and Johnny Gargano of what happened. And sorry guys, it's late. And then Johnny's like, "We can jump in. DEI can jump in." And Nick says this isn't the time, but the Motor City Machine Guns agree to it, so it's official. The match is on for later. Bianca Belair versus Piper Niven with Chelsea Green. I gotta say, this is one of Piper Niven's better matches in WWE. She made Bianca Belair look like $1,000,000. Not that Bianca Belair needs help to look like $1,000,000, but man, Piper Niven did an excellent job in this match. I will say that if Piper Niven does not become at least the U.S. champion or women's intercontinental champion by the end of next year, something is wrong, man. If not the main title, the main women's champion or the women's world championship. The match was great, man. The crowd was into this, chanting, "This is awesome," and it was. Um, there's a room being set up for Kevin Owens for his sit-down interview that's to come with Michael Cole later on. And we take a look at Shinsuke Nakamura. There's been a rebirth and a transformation. And LA Knight, this is the beginning of your end. So this feud right here with LA Knight and them is continuing. Let me see here. I did take some notes here. Bianca's in the back, and we see Dominic Mysterio in the background talking to Nick Aldis. Why is Dominic Mysterio talking to Nick Aldis? Naomi checks in on Bianca, and Naomi congratulates Bianca. And says she's getting tired of Tiffany and Candice. I tell you right now, Byron then comes in and talks about Jade's injury and tells Bianca that Piper Niven definitely did not do it. And Bianca and Naomi says they will deal with whoever did it. They are setting up a Naomi heel turn here, and it's great. In my opinion, Naomi should have joined her husband with the bloodline a long time ago, back when they were heels. But now that the bloodline's baby faces, we can't have her doing that. But a heel Naomi is welcomed. in my opinion. Um, Shinsuke Nakamura makes his way to the ring. You know, me and Edwards, especially Jeff Edwards, we always used to make fun of Shinsuke in WWE. You know, the way they treated him with the karate chop, and he had the T-shirt with the ninja stars on it and everything, and totally playing into the Japanese stereotype with him. But now we have Samurai Nakamura, and Samurai Nakamura, we like Samurai Nakamura very, very much. Before Nakamura could say anything, LA Knight comes out to the ring, and LA Knight's still over like Rover. LA Knight, yeah. And he starts talking and cutting one hell of a promo on Nakamura. Andrade's music hits. Andrade says he's there for Nakamura. And Knight cuts off Andrade and is like, I'm here to collect this debt. And then all of a sudden the bloodline attacks both of these guys. They size up Nakamura, but Nakamura lets the ooze, the mist ooze out of his mouth, and that kind of thwarts them off. Nakamura gets away unscathed because he's a heel. He can't get beaten up by other heels, but LA Knight and Andrade sure can. Spikes for both of them, attacks for both of them, and they're selling the whole time. Well, Jey Uso, or Jey, not Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu grabs the Ulafala, puts it back around Solo's neck, and Solo cut a hell of a promo here. I'm sick and tired of getting treated like a joke. I'm sick and tired of getting laughed at. You know, I still have this. I'm the tribal chief. This is my bloodline. You know, very good stuff here from Solo, actually. I was hoping that we would get to see them in the main event, but no. Ciampa is in the back with Johnny Gargano asking if we have a title match, and if it changes things. Ciampa said they should have had this match months ago. And Ciampa says we'll find out later, and I'll see him out there. We're back. Kevin Owens says that he's not going to interview. He's not going to come into Minneapolis. He's sick and tired of being, he was told for months to stay out of the arena, but now when he comes back in, it's for an interview with Michael Cole. Of all people, no. Mike, if you want to interview me, you got to come out to the parking lot. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to take out Michael Cole. They're actually going to do it. They're going to stuff Cole in the trunk of this car. But they didn't. Ciampa and Gargano versus DIY. This must be, I think, maybe the second or third match between these guys, between these two teams. I loved every minute of it. Johnny Gargano all of these guys did a damn good job with selling this story. We have stories that make sense in WWE. Oh my God. Oh my God. And shit has a payoff. Oh, it's a miracle. It's the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join you, honey. We're getting storylines that make sense. And people ain't putting hands in their pockets and doing stupid shit like plastic bags over their heads. Oh, it's the big one, honey. I'm coming to join you. Anyway, they played me like a fiddle with this one. I did not see Gargano turning heel coming. Thank God. Oh my God, this is so fucking good. We have new tag champions, and I like it. I love it. Um, After this, Michael Cole, man. Look at Michael Cole selling. We got the announcers selling. Michael Cole takes off his headset, and he's walking to the back, and he's looking at the fans going, I can't believe I got to go out here to the damn parking lot. I can't believe this. I got to go out there in that car. He's so good. So Michael Cole gets into the car with Kevin Owens, and we have a little carpool karaoke cam there on the dash cam. And Cole is like, you need to look in the mirror. Cole's giving it back to Owens. Cole was good here. Michael Cole was very good here. Props to Michael Cole. Wow. And props to Kevin Owens as well. Kevin Owens actually is telling the truth. Kevin Owens does nothing but tell the truth here. Um, you know, it basically says, I don't care about Jay, Jimmy, and on Sammy. If Jimmy and Jay want to go back to Roman and be their servants again, that's on them. Kevin says Cole doesn't know about betrayal. Cody was his friend. Cole tells Kevin to look in the mirror, and Kevin looks in the mirror and he says, I see nothing but a handsome and honest man. And Cole tells Kevin he is the problem. But Kevin stops Cole right then and there and just tells him, you know what, get out of the vehicle. Get out. Get out. And when he does get out, he goes, Cole, you know what? Come back here. Come back here. Cole leans toward the window and goes, are you going to apologize? And as he's saying that, Kevin winds the window up or makes the window go back up and the crowd pops for it. This was awesome. This whole show was awesome. Um, Nick Aldis is with Gunther and Carmelo Hayes stops by and is shocked to see Gunther. Hayes says that Nick doesn't have time for him, but he has time for Gunther. And says Nick doesn't understand, and that Monday Night Mellow sounds good with this draft deadline. And and Nick says he has no problem with him going to Raw. It'll be the best thing that ever happened. And of course he's got time. Gunther's the world heavyweight champion. So are we going to see these titles switching brands? I'm going to have more on this later because I think we are going to get that. After this Saturday night's main event thing, I mean, Cody's not going to be in the Rumble. He's going to be defending, unless he's defending his title in the Rumble. But Cody's probably not. Cody's probably not in the Rumble. Um, Gunther's probably not going to be in the Rumble. So they could switch these two champions. Gunther could be on SmackDown, and Cody could go to Raw. Um, with them going to Netflix, at least for the first 6 months, Raw is going to be the A show again. Raw is going to be like, man, Raw is going to be all they care about for the next 6 months. Hell, at least twice an hour on this show, at least before and after every commercial break. Raw is Netflix, January 6th. Um, they did a little bit of a bad job with the graphical overlay, but oh well. Um, that's the truck's fault. That's the producer and director's fault. That's nobody else's fault. Cody Rhodes versus Chad Gable. Good match. Very good match here. Gable is freaking amazing, as always. Um, they kick out the rest of American Made. Ivy Nile, Brutus, and Julius get kicked out. Cody Rhodes is, you know, doing Cody cutters off the top rope, and the main point was Cody selling his leg. Chad Gable to the point where Chad Gable takes the boot off the leg and puts the ankle lock onto Cody on the exposed ankle. That crossroads, oh my God, that crossroads. Somebody needs to check on Chad Gable's neck because he landed right on his head. We need to stop taking the crossroads on our heads. It's not a move set up to be like that. It's a flat back bump, guys. You should not be landing on your head with that move. And if you do, it's on the person taking it, not Cody. Um, anyway, Cody Rhodes gets the win. After the match, Kevin Owens makes his way in, stomps on the injured ankle, wants to go after it more, but we get the security running in for the big gigantic schmaz pull apart. And this isn't even the go home show. This isn't even the go home show. That's what kills me. And we got one hell of a SmackDown. One hell of a SmackDown. I'm curious to see where all this stuff goes. The DIY heel turn, the Jade Cargill mystery, even the U.S. title tournament. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, I actually want to see them fight now, even though we all know Kevin Owens is probably going to lose. But the trade deadline happening, all this stuff coming down the pike, and I'm excited for it, quite frankly. But anyway, that's going to do it for me in my SmackDown review. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and we will see you down the road.